안녕하세요.
Before we get started, I wanted to tell you thank you for waiting for this video to come out and staying patient. I know we skipped 2 weeks, but I hope you can understand. We just had a little break, people need some rest sometimes. Anyway, let's get started. Here's our agenda for today. The first thing we'll go over today is the Korean phonics, along with Korean vocab. We'll next learn a new conversation expression. About a week ago, there was America's National Independence Day, so we'll learn about that too. Finally, we'll go over the announcement for next class.
Here is our first section, the Korean phonics. Go ahead and pause this video to fill out the blanks.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
These are all the basic consonants that we have learned. They are 응, 그,
그,
느,
느,
트,
트,
르,
르,
무,
무,
부,
푸,
스,
스,
즈,
즈,
츠,
츠,
크,
크,
트,
트,
프,
프,
흐.
흐.
Go ahead and fill out this one also.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And these are the answers for this. 이,
아,
야,
야,
어,
여,
여,
으,
오,
오,
요,
요,
우,
우,
and you.
유.
If you are new to this program, please feel free to watch our YouTube videos to review these basic consonants and vowels. Today, we're going to learn 2 new advanced consonants. One of the first basic consonants we learned was 그, as shown at the left. Now, take that consonant and add another 그 to make it to 그. 그. 그 and 그 sound similar, but they are different consonants. 그 sounds lower than 그. Let's practice pronouncing. 그, 그.
그, 그.
This is what it looks like if you put this consonant together with the vowels we've learned. Youngwoo, could you read these out for us?
끼, 까, 꺄, 꺼, 껴, 끄, 꼬, 교, 구, and 규.
Yes. They're once again 끼, 까, 꺄, 꺼, 껴, 끄, 꼬, 교, 구, and 규. Our second new consonant is 드. We create that consonant with 트, which is lower, to 드, which sounds higher. Let's practice pronouncing. 드, 드, 드.
드.
And these are the vowels. 띠, 따, 띠아, 또, 띄어, 뜨, 또, 띄어, 뚜, and 듀.
띠, 따, 띨, 떠, 쪄, 뜨, 또, 띨, 뚜, 듀. Now let's go ahead and learn some new Korean vocab with the new consonants we learned today. The first word we're going to learn today is 꼬리. 꼬리 means tail. That doesn't necessarily mean a cat's tail like the picture on the right, but it can be just about any kind of tail. The next word is 코끼리. 코끼리 means elephant.
코끼리.
This word is 까치, and 까치 means magpie. If you don't know what a magpie is, it's just a type of bird. probably never seen a magpie before because they live in the northwestern part of North America, which is way up in Canada, and they live in other countries too, which includes Korea. And Korean people believe that if they hear the magpie make sounds, they think they will be in good fortune.
같이.
This word is 또. 또 means to do something again. You usually add 또 in front of a verb to say that you do something again.
또.
The last word for today is 머리띠. 머리띠 means hairband.
머리띠. We'll learn a new conversation expressions today. I'm sorry is the first expression. The informal word for I'm sorry is 미안해. 미안해. The formal word for I'm sorry is 죄송합니다. 죄송합니다. Remember that you say 미안해 to people who are the same age as you or who are younger than you, your friends for example, and 죄송해 to new people and to your elders. 괜찮아 and 괜찮아 and 괜찮아요 are the informal and formal expression for it's okay. The 요 at the end of 괜찮아요 is what makes it formal. In Korea, one of the ways you can make an expression formal is by adding a 요 at the end. But remember, that's not the only way. When we learn how to say yes, we learned that 응 is the informal word for yes and 네 is the formal one. 응요 is not a word we use. Instead, we use 네. Let's look at a couple of examples that we can use with the conversational expressions. Assuming that these characters are friends or that they know each other, the red avatar accidentally trips the white avatar and apologizes. 미안해. The white avatar reassures the red avatar 괜찮아, meaning it's okay, or in this case, I'm okay.
This example is similar to the before one. Instead, the character on the right slaps the one on the left. I know it's a little silly, but let's just think that was an accident, even though it doesn't look like it. So, the one on the right says 미안해 for slapping, and the one on the left says 괜찮아 to reassure him. Although you wouldn't really say I'm okay once you got slapped, but yeah. This example is a little different. The man on the left is younger than the one on the right. Since the man is younger, he says 죄송합니다, which is formal. Instead of 미안해, which is informal, in response, the older one just says 괜찮아, without 요 at the end. Here, the old man at the right is crying and saying 미안해. The boy is reassuring the man that he is okay by saying 괜찮아요. Notice that the man does not say 죄송합니다 because he is older. And the boy is saying 괜찮아요 because he is younger. Not all countries have Independence Day, but both United States and South Korea celebrate Independence Day. So we're going to learn about Independence Day. Okay, I'm going to explain a lot of things right now, so you should better pay attention, and I mean a lot. Okay, that was an awkward silence. I'm pretty sure by now you're ready. So I'm going to explain you about Korean and American Independence Day. First off, America declared independence on July 4th from Great Britain. In contrast, Korea has two special days. March 1st, 1919 is when the citizens of Korea declared independence from Japan, known as the Independence Movement Day. In the 10th year of Japan's colonial rule over Korea, Emperor Kojong suddenly died on January 1919. Rumors say that the emperor has been poisoned to death by the Japanese. This caused an outburst among the Koreans. At the same time, the United States and Russia were encouraging independence to colonial countries. Thus, Koreans organized the Manse demonstrations. Female students in all schools began secret groups to make copies to the declaration and draw the Korean flag. They made an excuse to go somewhere, such as going to the market, but they actually distributed the Korean flags to neighbors. On March 1st, Thousands of people, including students who led the march, shouted down the streets, 대한 독립 만세. In English, it means long live Korean independence. Unfortunately, of the approximate 1 million people participated in the pro-independence movement, about 50,000 people were jailed, and more than 1,000 Koreans were killed in just 3 hours. At that time, Korea's independence movement was reported all over the world. This influenced other countries to start making independence movements, such as China's May 4th movement and Gandhi's nonviolent movement. Although Korea failed many times, they eventually gained their independence from Japan on August 15th. Yu Kwan-sun is a famous Korean independence activist. She played an important role in March 1st movement. She, along with her family, went door to door and encouraged neighbors to join the movement. She chanted, 대한 독립 만세, but a few hours later, she was arrested by the Japanese military police. Her parents were one of the 19 people who were killed. The Japanese offered her a lighter sentence if she admitted that she was guilty and that she had cooperated in finding other protest collaborators. She refused, and in return, the Japanese severely tortured her. She remained silent even then. At her trial, she was found guilty, and during imprisonment, she was once again severely punished and tortured in prison because her unswerving support in the independence movement. She died on September 28, 1920, from the injuries she had received from the torture and beatings in prison. In prison, she wrote, "Even if my fingernails are torn out, my nose and my ears are ripped apart, and my legs and arms are crushed, this physical pain does not compare to the pain of losing my nation. My only remorse is not being able to do more than dedicating my life to my country." Yu Kwan-sun later became a symbol of Korea's fight for independence. This information we have just explained is exactly the reason why we made a whole slide for Yu Kwan-sun. I mean, look at all the things she did for her country. Okay, another awkward sign. Let's move on before this gets any weirder. So this is all for today. Next class, we'll keep working on the Korean phonics and go deeper into the advanced Korean consonants. Thanks for joining us again.
See you next time.
안녕.